The door creaked open at 9:47 p.m. Daniel froze. Two small heads bowed together on the bedroom floor, golden hair catching the lamplight. His twin daughters, Emma and Sofia, in their matching pink pajamas, hands clasped so tight their knuckles had gone white, and beside them sat Amara, the woman from Nigeria, the maid his mother swore was completely unqualified. "Please tell Mommy we miss her," Emma whispered. Her voice cracked. "Tell her Daddy's trying too, even though he's always gone." Daniel's briefcase slipped from his hand. When had Emma last spoken more than 3 words at a time? "God hears you, little one." Amara's Nigerian accent wrapped around the words like honey. Every word, every tear. Not one is wasted. Even the angry tears. Sofia leaned into Amara's side. This was his fighter daughter, the one who'd thrown scissors at the last nanny. "Even when I say I hate everything, especially those." Amara tucked Sofia's hair back, and the tenderness of it made Daniel's throat close. Anger is just love, with nowhere to go. Sofia's face crumpled. "Do you really think she can see us?" Amara's eyes glistened. Real tears. Not the professional sympathy of the 12 nannies before her. "I lost my mama too when I was your age. And sometimes when the sun hits just right, or when I hear a song she loved, I know she is near." Death doesn't end love, Sofia. Love just learns to exist differently. Daniel pressed his palm against the doorframe to steady himself. "I want to believe that." Emma whispered, "I know, sweet girl." Amara pulled both girls close, and they melted into her. Actually melted. Like they hadn't done with anyone since Isabel died. "That's why we pray. Not to make the hurt go away, but to remember we're not alone in it." Then she lifted her head. Her eyes locked with Daniel's across the dim room. The jolt hit him like a live wire. She'd known, the entire time. She'd known he was standing there. No judgment in her gaze. No accusation. Just something that made every instinct scream at him to run while another part of him wanted to stay. Daniel stumbled backward into the hallway. The penthouse stretched out around him. Marble. Glass. Emptiness. Isabel's face smiled from silver frames on every wall. Beautiful Isabel. Gone 9 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days. He walked to his study and poured whiskey with shaking hands. The glass rattled against the bottle rim. 12 nannies in 9 months. 12 spectacular failures. His mother's voice still echoed from her last visit. "You're letting them become feral, Daniel. They need discipline. Control." But Amara hadn't used discipline or control. She'd just stayed. "Mr. Westbrook?" The glass nearly slipped from his grip. Amara stood in his doorway. Young maybe 32 to his 37. But her eyes held something ancient. Her hair wrapped in colorful cloth. Her dress simple and worn at the edges. "The girls are sleeping." Her voice was soft. "Both of them. No nightmares yet. By God's grace. Yet." The word tasted bitter. She stepped into his study. Uninvited. Bold. "They prayed for you tonight. Emma asked God to help you stop being so sad. Sofia asked him to bring you home before bedtime. Just once." Each word landed like a punch. "I provide for them." His voice came out hollow. "Everything they could possibly need. The best schools, the best of everything, except you." Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Daniel slammed his glass down. Whiskey splashed across the mahogany. "You forget your place. You work for me." "Yes." She moved closer. He caught the scent of coconut oil and something warm he couldn't name. "And because I work for you, because I care for your daughters, I have to tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear." She looked up at him, unflinching. "Those girls are drowning, Mr. Westbrook. Drowning in grief and in your absence. This house has everything except what they actually need, which is..." The question came. Out, Sharp, broken, you present, awake, hurting with them instead of hiding from them. The truth hit him like a freight train. I don't know how. The words escaped as a whisper. I don't know how to do this without her. I don't know how to be enough. Something shifted in her face. She reached out, touched his arm, just her fingertips, light as air. He felt it everywhere. You don't have to be enough. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. You just have to be present. Be real. Let them see their father is human, that he's hurting too, that grief hasn't turned him to stone. Daniel stared at her hand on his sleeve, brown skin against white fabric. Something inside him cracked open, something that had been locked tight for 9 months. How did you get them to trust you? His voice came out rough. Everyone else failed, the most qualified childcare professionals in Manhattan. But you? I didn't try to fix them. She said it gently. I sat with them, in their pain. Let Sofia throw, her tantrums, then held her when she finished. Sat beside Emma in silence until she was ready to speak. Their grief isn't a problem to solve. It's a wound that needs tending. A pause. Something flickered behind her eyes. I know what it is to lose everything, Mr. Westbrook. So I didn't lie to them. Didn't tell them it would all be okay, or that time heals all wounds. What did you tell them? The truth. That grief is love, with nowhere to go. That their mother's death wasn't fair. That it's okay to be angry, okay to cry, okay to need help. Her fingers tightened on his arm, and that they're not alone. Tears slid down Daniel's face. He hadn't cried at the funeral, not at the burial. Stone-faced through it all. I've failed them. The confession barely made it past his lips. I've failed her. No. Firm. Certain. You've been surviving. That's not the same as failing. But now it's time to do more than survive. Time to live again. For them. For yourself. She pulled her hand away. The loss of contact felt like ice water. Stay. Desperate. Please. Just stay. She hesitated. Hand on the doorframe. It's late, Mr. Westbrook. You should rest. I can't rest. I haven't slept since. His voice broke. How do you walk into someone else's grief and not drown? She turned back. In the dim light, she looked almost otherworldly. Because I've already drowned, Mr. Westbrook. I know what the bottom feels like. How to breathe underwater. So when I see others sinking, I can reach them. Daniel. He said it suddenly. Call me Daniel. Her expression softened. Daniel. The way she said his name did something to his chest. You should know Emma drew a picture today. Of your family. All 4 of you. She drew her mama with wings. And she drew you standing apart from everyone else. Very small. Very far away. The words gutted him. Sofia asked me why their daddy doesn't want to be in the picture with them anymore. Daniel dropped into his chair, head in his hands. I want to be. God, I want to be. But every time I look at them, I see her, Isabel's eyes, her smile, and it hurts so much I can't breathe. So you run, quiet, understanding, to your office, to meetings, anywhere that doesn't remind you of what you lost. Yes, but they're not just reminders of her, Daniel. They're themselves. Emma with her quiet strength, Sofia with her fire. They're your daughters, and they need you. He looked up at this woman who'd walked into his shattered home and somehow started putting pieces back together. Will you help me? I'm already helping you. A smile played at her lips, made his heart stutter. Why do you think I made extra pancakes this morning? Why do you think I set a place for you at the table even though you haven't joined us once? You did. Every single morning. I keep hoping one day you'll surprise me and actually sit down. Tomorrow. He said it like a promise. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll believe it when I see it. Gentle. No. Judgment in it. She turned to leave. Daniel stood. Amara. Wait. She stopped. Thank you. For not giving up on them. On us. She looked back. Something passed between them in that moment. Something that had nothing to do with employer and employee. Nothing to do with the roles they were supposed to play. Good night, Daniel. Then she was gone. Daniel stood alone in his study, untouched whiskey growing warm on his desk. For the first time in 9 months, he felt something other than numbness. Hope. The next morning, Daniel's alarm went off at 6 a.m. instead of 5. He showered, dressed in jeans and a sweater instead of a suit, walked into the kitchen at 7:30, and stopped dead. Emma and Sofia sat at the breakfast table in their pajamas, coloring together. Amara hummed at the stove, flipping pancakes. Sunlight poured through the windows, catching the steam rising from fresh coffee. For a moment, just a moment, it felt like before. All three of them froze when they saw him. Daddy? Sofia's crayon hung in midair. What are you doing here? The question shouldn't have hurt, but it did. When had his presence in his own home become a surprise? I came for breakfast. His voice came out rough. If that's okay. Emma's eyes went wide. She looked at Amara, then back at him, like she was waiting for him to disappear. Amara turned from the stove. The smile she gave him was radiant. Perfect timing. The pancakes are almost ready. Girls, set a place for your father. Nobody moved for a second. Then Sofia scrambled out of her chair. Emma followed. They pulled out plates and forks with desperate energy that broke Daniel's heart. He'd made them so hungry for his attention that even this just showing up felt like a miracle. Daniel sat at the head of the table, the chair that had been empty for months. Amara placed pancakes in front of him. Her hand brushed his shoulder, briefly. He felt that touch like electricity. Chocolate chips or blueberries? Chocolate chips, Emma answered for him, her voice small, hopeful. Daddy always liked chocolate chips, right, Daddy? She looked at him like she was afraid he might have forgotten everything about who he used to be. Right. His throat was tight. Chocolate chips. Amara added them. Then she sat down across from him. Suddenly, they looked like a family. Not his old family. Not the one he'd lost. But something new. Something possible. So, Daniel looked at Sofia. Amara tells me you have dance class today. Sofia's face lit up like the sunrise. Yes. We're learning a new routine. Do you want to see it? I can show you right now. After breakfast, Amara said gently. Let your father eat first. But Sofia was already out of her chair, demonstrating moves in the kitchen. Emma was laughing. Actually laughing. Daniel couldn't remember the last time he'd heard that sound. He looked at Amara across the table. She was watching him with those deep, knowing eyes. How did you do this? How did you bring us back to life? At 8:30, his phone buzzed. The office. 3 missed calls. You should go, Amara said quietly. I don't want to. He meant it. I want to stay here. With them. With... He stopped himself. With you. He'd almost said with you. Tomorrow, he said instead. I'll be here tomorrow too. We'll see, Amara said. But she was smiling. The days that followed blurred together in the best way. Daniel canceled meetings, worked from home, had breakfast with his daughters every morning, came home for dinner instead of eating alone at his desk at midnight. He watched Sofia's dance recital, sat in the front row, cheered so loud other parents stared. He read Emma's stories, every single one, sat beside her and asked questions about her characters, her worlds, her ideas. The girls bloomed. Emma started talking more, her voice getting stronger each day. Sofia's tantrums faded. replaced by laughter and terrible jokes and dance performances in the living room. They healed, and Daniel healed too, watching them, watching Amara. He was falling for her. He knew it, felt it in the way his heart jumped when she entered a room, the way he found excuses to brush past her in the kitchen, the way her laugh made everything seem possible again. But she worked for him. His wife had been dead less than a year, and his mother, 3 weeks after that first breakfast, Victoria Westbrook, arrived unannounced. She swept into the penthouse like a storm, Chanel suit pristine, diamond earrings catching the light, heels clicking sharp against the marble. "Where are the girls?" Amara emerged from the kitchen, flour on her hands. She'd been baking cookies, the kind Emma loved. "Dance class. They'll be back in an hour with Mr. Westbrook." He's watching them practice. Victoria's lips thinned. "He's watching dance class? Daniel?" "Yes, ma'am. He's been very present lately. The girls are so happy." "We need to talk." Something in Victoria's tone made Amara's stomach drop. "Sit down. I have cookies in the oven." "Sit down." Amara wiped her hands on her apron, sat slowly at the dining table. Victoria remained standing, looming, like a judge, passing a sentence. "I've been watching you these past few weeks, the way you've wormed your way into this family, the way my son looks at you." Heat flooded Amara's cheeks. "I don't know what you mean." "Don't insult my intelligence." Victoria's voice was sharp, cold. "I've seen how he watches you when he thinks no one is looking, how he finds excuses to be in whatever room you're in, how he smiles at you." She leaned closer, venom in every word. "My daughter-in-law has been dead for less than a year, and already you're positioning yourself as her replacement." "That's not true." Amara stood now, her own anger rising. "I care for those girls. That's all. I would never." "You're a maid." Victoria said it like a weapon, from some village in Nigeria. "No family we can verify. No background that would ever make you suitable for a man like my son." Each word was a slap. Amara kept her chin up. "Mr. Westbrook and I have a professional relationship. Nothing more. For now." Victoria's smile was ice. "But I've seen this before. Women like you. Opportunistic. Using grief and vulnerability to trap wealthy men. You see a widower with money and think, here's my chance. Well, I won't allow it." "Women like me?" Amara's voice shook. "You mean poor women? Black women? Women who work with their hands? I mean women who don't belong in our world." Victoria said it without hesitation. "Daniel is vulnerable. He's confused grief with something else. And those girls, they're children. They don't understand you're an employee, not family. You've manipulated them. I love them." Amara's voice cracked. Tears burned her eyes. "I've held them when they cried, prayed with them, sat with them in their grief, and didn't run away like everyone else. That's not manipulation. That's care." "That's your job," Victoria corrected. "Cold, precise. A job you're fired from. Effective, immediately." The words hung in the air like smoke. "You can't fire me." Amara's voice wavered. "I work for Daniel, not you." Victoria smiled. "Terrible. I'm the one who signs the checks, dear. My son may run his tech company, but I control the family trust. I control the household accounts. And I'm telling you to pack your things and leave. Before Daniel gets home with my granddaughters, they'll be devastated." Amara whispered it. "Emma and Sofia, they trust me. They need me. They need stability. Someone appropriate. Someone who understands boundaries." Victoria waved her hand dismissively. "I've already contacted an agency in London. They're sending someone with proper credentials. Someone who knows her place." Something broke inside Amara's chest. "Please, please don't do this. Let me at least say goodbye." Absolutely not. Victoria's voice was iron. That would only make it harder. You'll leave now. I'll explain to the girls you had a family emergency. Had to return to Nigeria. They'll forget about you eventually. Children are resilient. They've already lost their mother. Tears streamed down Amara's face now. You would make them lose someone else they love? Someone who loves them? They'll survive. Victoria pulled an envelope from her purse. Set it on the table. 3 months severance. More than generous. Take it and go quietly. Amara stared at the envelope. This isn't about the girls at all, is it? This is about control. You can't stand that Daniel is healing, that he's laughing again, that he's finding joy. He's forgetting his wife. Victoria hissed it. My beautiful Isabel, dead less than a year. And already he's making eyes at the help. It's disgraceful, disrespectful, and I won't stand by and watch it happen. Amara looked at this woman, thought of Emma's shy smile this morning, Sofia's fierce hug at breakfast, Daniel's gentle thank you for making his coffee exactly right, the life they'd been building, the healing that had been happening. If I leave, Daniel will bring me back. The girls will ask for me. You can't control this. Victoria's smile was sharp as glass. Can't I? My son is brilliant in business, but terrible at standing up to me. He never has been. And those girls, they're 6 years old. They'll cry for a few days, then move on. But you? She leaned close. You'll be gone. Completely. Back to whatever village you crawled out of. And if you try to contact Daniel or those girls, I will destroy you. I will have you deported. I will make sure you never set foot in this country again. Do you understand me? Amara understood. Victoria Westbrook was a woman who'd spent her entire life getting exactly what she wanted, who'd learned that money and power could move any obstacle, silence any objection, control any situation. And Amara was just a maid from Nigeria. No power, no connections, no way to fight back. I need to get my things. Her voice was hollow. Make. Hit quick. Leave your key on the counter. I'll tell Daniel. You quit. Said the job was too difficult. He'll believe me. He always does. Amara walked to the small room off the kitchen, the room that had been hers. She packed her battered suitcase with shaking hands, her few clothes, her Bible, the drawings Emma had made her, the bracelet Sofia had woven from string. She could hear Victoria in the kitchen, probably throwing away the cookies, erasing evidence of her presence. In the living room, Victoria was waiting, arms crossed. Your key. Amara set it on the marble counter. Soft click. Good. Now go. The service entrance, not the front door. We wouldn't want any awkward encounters in the lobby. Amara picked up her suitcase. Each step felt like drowning. Each step took her further from the only family she'd had since leaving Nigeria. She paused at the door, turned back. Tell Daniel I'm sorry. I'll tell him nothing. Victoria said it without feeling. You were an employee who quit. That's all. Now go before I call security. Amara walked into the service elevator. The door closed on Victoria's satisfied smile. As the elevator descended, Amara pressed her hand to her mouth, muffled the sound of her breaking heart. She'd survived loss before. Poverty, death, displacement, things that would have destroyed others. But this losing Emma and Sofia, losing Daniel, losing the family she'd started to believe might actually be hers. This felt like it might finally be the thing that broke her. The elevator reached the ground floor. The doors opened. Amara stepped out into the cold afternoon, suitcase in hand, nowhere to go, no way back. Blocks away, Daniel was watching his daughters dance, smiling, thinking about how he couldn't wait to get home to Amara. He had no idea that when he walked through that door, she'd be gone. Part 2 drops next week. Daniel comes home to find Amara gone, and the girls are devastated. Will he have the courage to defy his mother and fight for the woman who saved his family? Subscribe so you don't miss it.